Hello students, today we discuss about the mineral nutrition, and one of the topic of the mineral nutrition is the what is the main functions of the mineral elements and what are the deficiency and toxicity symptoms of the mineral elements. As we discussed in the lecture, so there are 16 elements required for the plants for their growth and development as per the criteria of Arnon and Stout. So we know that out of these 16, three elements they are plant they get these elements from directly from the air and water. So these are the carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, and remaining 13 elements these plants they are required for their growth and development will be taken from the soil. So on the basis of they are taken from the soil and air, so they are divided, that is non mineral elements and mineral elements. So the non mineral nutrients means the mineral nutrients which are required by the plant and which get from the air and water. These are called as a non-mineral nutrients, and mineral nutrient means these elements which are required by the plant and which get this element from the soil. So it is called as a mineral nutrient. So as we know that there are 16 elements, they are important for the plant growth and development. Then what are these non-mineral nutrients and mineral nutrients? So mineral nutrients are carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. These are found in air and water. So from carbon dioxide, plant get the carbon, from water plant get the hydrogen, and from oxygen gas plant gets the oxygen. And as we know that these are the important mineral non-mineral elements which are required for to develop the plant body, that is we call as main frame elements. Then other mineral elements are called as a mineral elements. These are the 13 mineral elements which are get from the soil, and these nutrients they are divided into two groups on the basis of their requirement for the growth and development. So first, that is the micro elements, means the elements which required in small quantities called as micro elements, and second one, that is the macro elements, the elements which required in small quantities. So it is called as a macronutrients or macro elements. What are these macronutrients or macro elements? The macronutrients are divided into two major groups on the basis of their requirement in the growth of the plant. So they are the primary nutrients and the secondary nutrients. Primary nutrients means these nutrients which are required from the germination of the plant or from the start of the growth of the plant. So that's what is called as a primary nutrients, which include nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. And secondary nutrients means after the some growth, then these elements they are required for the plant for their growth and development. These include calcium, magnesium and sulfur. So these are the called as a macronutrients, means the elements which required in large quantity for the plant and for the plant growth and development. Then what are the micronutrients? So micronutrients are the elements which are essential for the plant growth only in very small quantities. Is also called as a trace elements. So these elements they are required in very small quantities. So that's why it is micronutrients. So which include the boron, chlorine, copper, iron, manganese, molybdenum and zinc. So these are the micronutrients which required in small quantities. Then we discuss about the what is the specific role of each element. As we know that these elements they are play a very important role in the growth and survival of the plant. And as the plant starts their growth, as they require the water, at the same time they require these elements, mineral elements, from this germination up to the harvesting. So what are these elements and what is the specific role of each element, and what are the deficiency and toxicity symptoms of each element? So we see the each element role and their deficiency and toxicity symptoms. So firstly, this is the nitrogen. So this nitrogen is required for the plant from the germination up to the harvesting. So this is called as the primary elements, and this required in very large quantity, so it is categorized under the macro elements. Macro means that is the, or it is also called as the major elements. Major means they are required in very large quantity. The what are the different forms of absorption of nitrogen by the plant? They are in the form of nitrate, NO3, and in the form of ammonia, that is the NH4. And what are the important functions? The important functions of this nitrogen is the growth and development. So it is required in the initial stage of growth, that is from the germination, and they are very important for the development of plant tissues and cells. As we know that if nitrogen they are in large quantity, or they are in the supply with the nitrogen from the initial growth of the plant, the initial growth of the plant, that is we call as vegetative growth, they should be more, or the plant they are grow properly as the nitrogen is supplied proper quantity. Then it helps to hold genetic code in the plant nutrients. So as we know that the protein synthesis is depend upon the, that is coding of amino acids, so it helps to hold the genetic code, or it helps the formation of protein during their growth and development. And it gives the plant their green color. So the green color of the plant is only because of the presence of chlorophyll in it, and chlorophyll synthesis totally depend upon the absorption of nitrogen, or the nitrogen requirement, or the nitrogen which absorbed by the plant. So this nitrogen is particularly utilized for the synthesis of chlorophyll. Then second importance, that is function, that is the presence in the protein and in purine and pyrimidines of DNA and RNA, as nitrogen is the important constituent of protein and purine and pyrimidines, so DNA and RNA. So this DNA and RNA is called as a genetic material. So what is the genetic material which are synthesized in the plant? The main constituent of this genetic material is the nitrogen. Then what are the deficiency symptoms of nitrogen? As we know that deficiency means if this nutrient they are in very less supply than the requirement, then it is we call as a deficiency. And if this deficiency of nitrogen they are in the soil, then they produce some deficiency symptoms. So what are these deficiency symptoms? Firstly, the chlorophyll content of plant leaves is reduced. So the nitrogen required is for the for the chlorophyll synthesis. If this nitrogen supply is decreased, then definitely it affect the chlorophyll content of the leaves. Then flowering, fruiting, protein and starch content are reduced. So as it is important constituent of protein, so if nitrogen is not there, then definitely it affect the protein synthesis, starch content of the plant. And secondly, it this whatever we call as a flowering of the plant is also affected because of the nitrogen deficiency. Then toxicity. So toxicity means if the nitrogen supply is more than their requirement, then it is called as a toxicity. So the toxicity of nitrogen leads to dark green leaves and foliage. Then leaf tips may turn down, then yellowing on the affected leaves. Then claw leaves will eventually start turning yellow and getting spots and drying afterwards. So these are the toxicity symptoms of the nitrogen. Then these nitrogen elements they are absorbed by the plant, then they are moved in a plant in different direction. So this nitrogen is called as a mobile element, or is a mobile nutrient. And because of this mobility, so deficiency symptoms of this nitrogen they are appears firstly on the older leaves of the plant. Then these are the some of the features of this nitrogen deficiency. As we seen that the in the picture, see nitrogen, if they are nitrogen in deficient, then definitely there is a yellowing of appearance of the plant. And if the nitrogen they are insufficient, then this color of the plant becomes green. Then this, if this nitrogen is content is proper, then the growth is vigorous growth, or the size of the leaves become large. And if the nitrogen they are deficient, then definitely vigorous growth is not there, and there is a decrease in size of the leaves, and also these nitrogen, if they are with nitrogen and no nitrogen, we seen that the what is the difference in the growth pattern of the plant, or we seen that the color of the plant, that is green appearance and somehow it's yellowish appearance. So these are the deficiency symptoms of the plant which are found in plant because of the nitrogen deficiency. The second important element or nutrient is the phosphorus. So phosphorus, they are required by the plant for their growth and development, and as the element is they are present and they are having atomic number 15, and the phosphorus, they are found in two forms, that is white phosphorus and red phosphorus. So the in both the forms the plant absorb this phosphorus, then it is highly reactive in nature, and it near found as free element on earth. So it is not bounded with any compound, they are freely available to the plant for their growth and development. Then what are the important functions of the phosphorus? So it is responsible for the regulation of protein synthesis, then increased stalk and stem strength, then increased flower formation and seed production, then increased resistance to plant diseases. They stimulate the root development and increase nitrogen fixing capacity of legumes. So these are the important function of the phosphorus, as nitrogen is required for the vegetative growth and phosphorus is required for to strengthening this vegetative growth, that is by strengthening the stalk and stem, then by the involved in the formation of flower and seed production, and it increases the, that is the we call as immunity power of the plant for the resistance to the diseases. So nitrogen involved in the vegetative growth, and phosphorus, they are involved in the strengthening that vegetative growth. Then what are the deficiency symptoms of phosphorus? So plants are stunted and older leaves often dark dull green in color. Then stems and leaf stalks may turn purple in color, and plant maturity is often delayed because of this phosphorus, and plant will be dwarfed and stunted because of this deficiency of phosphorus. So these are the some deficiency symptoms. Then toxicity, so very rare and usually buffered by pH limitations. So toxicity, they very rarely found in a plant because of this phosphorus, and sometimes this excess phosphorus can interfere with the availability of copper and zinc to the plant. Means the phosphorus toxicity affect the availability of copper and zinc microelements. Then about the mobility, so phosphorus is highly mobile nutrients as the nitrogen, and therefore deficiency symptoms will be appear on the older parts of the plant or older leaves of the plant. Then these are the deficiency symptoms of the phosphorus, as the we seen that because of this deficiency of phosphorus, there is a purple color is developed, and there is a dull, dull color in of the leaves will be appearance. And we also found that there is a some, that is the leaves becomes purple in appearance, and there is a stunted growth of the plant. Okay, so because of this deficiency symptoms, or because of this stunted growth, the plant becomes, they are in under starvation because of this stunted growth. We've seen that the no phosphorus and with phosphorus. So as we seen that with phosphorus, the plant becomes their vigorous growth, then there is a flowering and fruiting, and if this phosphorus is not there, then definitely this growth is stunted, and the whatever the that is flowering, they may be affected because of this absence of phosphorus. This is the some of the figures. We seen that the what is the purple color appearance because of the phosphorus deficiency in a plant. Then next is the potassium. So this is the third important primary elements of the plant. They required from the germination up to the harvesting. So it is and they are particularly absorbed in the ionic form, that is potassium ion, and very important for the, and it is this element, they are called as a quality nutrient element because of they are involved in to develop the quality in a plant. And what are the different qualities, they are depends on the function of this potassium. So and this is likewise nitrogen, phosphorus is also a mobile elements. they control the opening and closing of stomata. So as we discuss, that is the potassium is involved in the opening and closing of stomata by increasing or decreasing the concentration of guard cells. So that's why they are involved in the regulation of opening and closing of stomata. They're important in the biochemical reaction in the plant, then activates many enzymes responsible for specific functions, then facilitates protein and starch synthesis in plant, then plays a role in osmoregulation of water and other salts in plant tissue and cells. As we know that there is an important process in the plant, they can be regulated by various enzymes, and these enzymes need to be activated. So for this purpose phosphorus play a very important role. Then what are the deficiency symptoms of this potassium? So chlorosis may cause yellowing of leaves and lead to shedding and defoliation of the leaves. Then stunted growth lead to slow growth or poor developed roots and stems because of this potassium. And if this potassium they are more than their requirement, then this produce the toxicity, as leaf tip and marginal necrosis will be occur in a plant because of this, if this potassium they are in excess quantities. So these are the symptoms of this potassium, that we seen that this is the chlorosis symptoms of sodium toxicity in apple and the symptoms chloride toxicity in grape. So these are the some toxicity symptoms because of this high concentration of this potassium. So this potassium deficiency symptoms from the tomato leaf, we seen that is the chlorosis which are appears in the intervenal region, and the potassium deficiency in a maize. The necrosis symptoms there we are found on this leaf margin, and the grape leaves we are finding this is the deficiency symptoms which are appeared on the leaves. So these are the some important deficiency functions and deficiency symptoms of nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. These are the primary elements. Okay, so and in next section we discuss about the what are the deficiencies, important function, deficiency and toxicity symptoms of the other element, that is we call as a micro elements or the minor elements